Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jonathan Richards. And if you're new around here, this is my Driver Talk series where I talk all things private hire, chauffeuring, black cab, and making money on the roads through driving. Welcome back, Johnson here. Week 3, consistency gang.
Yes.
We love to see it.
Yes. You know how it is.
We're just covering hot topics in our world in this episode, man. And the first hot topic, the first news is Uber's drivers numbers double since landmark court ruling. So at the moment, I'm not going to read the full article, but the numbers of Uber drivers on the UK roads has reached a record level since 2021, nearly doubling since a Supreme Court ruling forced the ride-hailing company model to alter its business. More than 100,000 UK drivers are now earning on the app each week, an increase of 85% since the change. Uber said in that time, drivers have earned a total of, check this, £6 billion. The first question that pops to mind that I want to ask you is that too many drivers?
London needs to move.
In what sense?
In a sense that people want to be moved around.
Got you. People need to travel. People need to travel.
Exactly. And the thing is, if there were too many drivers out there, you won't be seeing people still standing there saying, "I can't get an Uber. I can't."
When's the last time you got an Uber? Or like used our platform, not just specifically Uber, but like when's the last time that you needed a cab? And you didn't use us in our group chat. For those that are new around here, we have a group chat of drivers drivers know drivers. So like,
Called the FUBU group.
The FUBU group.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys. Outside of us, like, just, I don't know, bro. Like, you know what I mean? There's the last time that you've needed to use a platform, because that question was going to lead to what's your experience of waiting time? Or do you know maybe your wife or a friend?
I got an Uber a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Say a couple of months. No, actually no. A couple of months ago.
How was the waiting time? How long?
Not long.
Where were you?
I took the car to the garage.
Okay.
And then I had to catch an Uber back.
Okay.
I think some drivers like me,
Yeah.
they don't want to go into the city. They just want to work locally.
Yeah.
So I was going back home, which is 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those drivers that do the local trips, they know they want to work local. So
Yeah.
they don't mind. They'll take everything that given to them locally. Sometimes I do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do that. Just come. I'll take every trips in the morning on Uber X.
Got you.
I'm in my E-class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just crack on.
Yeah, just crack on. So sometimes
Yeah.
it's like when big department stores do sales.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just make everyone come in and buy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can afford it. So that's what I do. I do sales in the morning. I do sales in the morning.
That's a good way of putting it, man.
Yeah.
Is
Uber,
it really?
Uber X, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
people, the thing I see people face when they get in the car, they're like, I want to pull up. Like, they look at the car, they look at the phone, like,
Make sure that you press exec back.
one time, I picked up a customer.
Yeah.
He said, "Mate, I don't know, did I book a executive?"
Exec back.
He said, "No, I'm just out in the morning, just want to earn money." So, I thought I booked an executive, mate. It's a nice car.
Yeah, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, I'm saying you're for a treat, mate. Yeah. But no, it's just, I mean, getting an Uber in the morning, you know what I mean? It's not really...
Rapid, man. It's relatively quick, man.
It's only when sometimes executive customers get in the car and they say, "Do you know, mate, do you know what's happening with the Ubers? Because I've been waiting for an Uber for a long time." I say, well, eventually you book an execs, right? Saying, yeah, because they've all been cancelling. I
Yeah.
said, well, the distance is quite far. Sometimes some Uber drivers work out the miles and the money, and they're like, it doesn't make sense. I'm not going to do this trip for
that
like £15.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's not
going,
gonna make sense.
It's like I'm going 15 miles away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like, how long you been in the game now?
2 and a bit years now.
2 and a bit years.
Yeah, 2 and a bit years.
So when I first joined, there were like 40,000 or so.
Yeah, I remember.
Like drivers, like private hire drivers and stuff like that. And even though like I'm a self-proclaimed, in the early days, I was a self-proclaimed lazy driver. Like I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I was still making a decent bit of amount. Like once I started getting my act together, still with a lazy driving, I could lazy drive my way to easily £1,000 a week. Easily, I could. You know what I mean? You know exactly what I mean by lazy drive.
Yep.
I'm talking no strategy. Wake up whenever I wake up, put on the tracksuit in the car, and just drive, do a couple of trips, stop, talk to my friend, go to the barbershop. You know what I mean? Just have some banter in there. You know what I mean? Then you drive for a little bit longer. My mates call me up. Oh, you want to play some football? Yeah, I fancy a bit of that. Go play. You know what I mean? No strategy whatsoever. And finish the day with 200 quid relatively easy with like minimal fuss. Because every time I turned on the app, jobs were just pinging.
Yep.
Towards the latter years, not the case. Not the case. Like I couldn't lazy drive my way to £1,000.
No.
Like now there's definitely like a strategy in place where like if I'm not on the platforms now, but like if I was like on the platforms and I wanted to make that kind of money, there needs to be like a structured approach to how I go about and do that.
After 9:30 on the ends, you're not picking up nothing.
Yeah.
You have to, especially when you're on Uber X, whatever. He's busy from 6 o'clock.
Yeah. AM, right?
6 o'clock AM.
Yeah.
He's even busy from, let's say, 5, 4.
Yeah.
But that's if you want to wake up at that time.
Yeah.
But from 6 o'clock, it's pinging off.
Mm.
I mean, all the way until 9:30.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then if you have an electric car,
Yeah.
from then you move into the city
Mm-hmm.
to make more money. That's
Yeah.
if you want to work the whole day and make your, let's say, £250, £300. You know what I mean? You know, on Uber X or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but you have to have a strategy, and that strategy is coming out in the morning and then coming out in the evening. If you want to make a certain amount. If you just want to make £1,000, that's easy. You just wake up and
Yeah.
I mean,
now with like, I think I don't know. This might not like sound too good, yeah. But I really feel like if there definitely should be a cap on the amount of drivers, bro.
boy, you want to be
This is Jonathan
cancelled.
Richards saying this, man.
You want to be cancelled out here, bro? No,
Yeah,
I mean,
man. I feel because I feel like if the market gets oversaturated with drivers, it's gonna be difficult.
Okay. The reason why they won't be capped is because we only talk about the chauffeuring side of things and then the platforms. Mm-hmm. Don't forget, there's also the mini cabs. You know, you can do the mini cabs. You've got other companies like Carrot.
Yeah.
You've got Wheelie.
Yeah.
You've got Black Lane, which I just realized the other day.
That shocked me that you only just found out about Black Lane. That's crazy.
You've got the airport drops.
Yeah.
So there's so much jobs out there.
Yeah.
If you're willing to take some of the money they give you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they since we've opened up from COVID, more and more people are driving.
Yeah.
To the point that now in the group, we're considering creating our own transport company.
I really want to talk about that now.
You know what I'm saying?
If
So
you can.
we're going to that phase of company names. I think we've chosen a company name.
Nice.
Saying. And now I reached out to the council to ask them if I was going to do a home office,
Yeah.
what I need to put in place in order to do a home office.
Yeah.
Because we've looked at the TfL's guideline of how to set up.
Yeah.
Home Office, and also the guideline of how to do the application
Yeah.
for to becoming your own
Yeah, yeah.
entity.
Got you.
You know, because that, bro, if we get that running,
It will be a massive,
Yeah.
massive game changer. Huge game changer. What I know you're southeast based, right? What's your thoughts on this new Silvertown? Is that's what it's called? The Silvertown Tunnel?
Silvertown Tunnel, that Sadiq can want to charge us £4 a pot.
Is it £4 or is it £5?
£4 a pot. But what I need to know is that black cab drivers,
just so that we're clear,
yeah,
just so that we're clear, yeah. Every time I go through the Silvertown Tunnel, like each way,
£4
£4.
pot.
It's not like a
One off a day off, like pay one. No, it's like when you go to the airports. Every time you drop at the airports, £5. £5.
the Elizabeth Bridge, not the Dark Charge.
Same thing, in and out. £2.50. £2.50. £2.50. Do you know what I'm saying?
Insane, man.
So if they were saying it's £4 for the day, then it won't be so bad.
It wouldn't be so bad.
But
That's
no,
what I'm saying.
It's one time, in and out. One time. So what we said in the group is that we're not going to go across the river until 10 o'clock in the evening.
And that's when it's free.
That's when it's free. But then again, there's Rubber Height Tunnel
Yeah.
or Tower Bridge.
That's so peak, man.
You know what I mean?
Like when you look at construction and all that kind of stuff, like freight and, you know, vehicles that need to carry construction loads and all that kind of stuff, like to and from. How are they going to deal with having to pay? I guess if it's a big company,
they're big companies. They will sub.
It's not going to. They're not going to feel it like that.
They're good with that. They know how to do their taxes and claim back and all that sort of stuff. VAT and nonsense.
For someone like, okay, that's why I asked you specifically because of where you live. Like you're gonna end up having to. You're gonna have to pay at least £8 because you're gonna end up having to go northbound through that tunnel at some point.
Yeah.
Or, on your way home when you're finishing up, you're gonna be coming back southbound.
Yeah.
So minimum £8 daily.
Or cheapest way, go through Dartford Tunnel. Cheapest way, because the thing is, you have to bear in mind that people are going to try and avoid that £4 by going through Tower Bridge, Rother Height. I'm saying, and if the worst comes to worst, they will go to Dartford Tunnel.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be traffic coming from all ends.
Yes.
Understand? But what the question I'm asking is that are black cab drivers getting that for free?
Yeah, of course they're gonna get it for free. Of course they're gonna get it for free. I mean, like, how do you even how?
Wow.
Like, of course they're gonna get it for free. Of course they are.
And this is the reason why sometimes I feel like either I join them or I come out of that game completely and then just, go to a different career.
Yeah. I mean, a £4 charge isn't gonna make you like completely out of your career.
Well, £4 charge for. Do you know how much times I cross the Blackwall Tunnel?
On a day?
Every week, every day.
On a day, I'm just gonna guess, yeah. 3 times a day? 3 times a day, a week, maybe 15 times in total?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, do the maths.
15 times 4, that's 60.
And that's a week.
£60 a week. Oh, yeah.
Times that by...
That's mad.
4. Times that by 4. Hold on. 60 times 4. Wait. And then if you add in congestion charges.
Yeah.
And then if you add in airport trips as well.
Yeah.
Your monthly outgoings is probably going to be around, say, £600 to £800.
My goodness.
Because you're just a PCO driver.
My goodness. That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Something needs to be done about that.
Yeah.
Man. Something needs to be done.
So Sadiq Khan can say, you know what, PCO drivers don't pay in this tunnel.
Yeah.
You know, that will help us. So Sadiq, if you're listening, we want a free pass.
Yeah. Please, that'll be nice. Next news topic. Taxi licensing toughened up to protect passengers across England. The TfL inspectors, man. What's been your experiences of them? Like, have you because at the company that I'm with, yeah, like our cars, as you've seen, they don't have the badge on them. Like we're exempt from having the green badge.
I mean, your cars, the ones I had, did.
Okay, the ones that in my ones, we're exempt from
because you guys are high end. Your department is high end.
Yeah.
Whereas mine was shout out to you, innit? You know what I'm saying? You're doing the celebrities and the ones there. Yeah, no, the one I had, and also the Mercedes E-classes that they've got got the badges because they're just normal driving around, you know what I mean?
But because we were exempt from having the green sticker in the top left of the window. Every time I went to King's Cross or City or where you know the places that they like to hang out, I never got stopped or checked or anything like that, which is so cool.
Yeah.
But how many times would you say you've been stopped so far?
That's waste your time. That's waste your time.
Yeah.
I've probably been stopped twice.
Only twice.
Only twice. Do you know why that is? Because in our FUBU group,
lucky
updates.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get updates. You know what I mean? TFO police at this junction. Avoid here if you don't want to waste time. You know what I mean? So yeah, we update people all the time.
Have you seen what's been happening at the airports?
I've seen what's been happening. Have you seen what's been happening? And it's a trap. You can't get away from it sometimes. If it's too busy, then you can get away from it. Yeah. But if it's not so busy, you get trapped into it.
Yeah.
As you go into King's Cross.
Yeah.
You know where you did that left going to King's Cross? That steep, little steep down the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have, there's a setup there sometimes.
Yeah.
There's traffic police, and the TFO police.
Oh my God.
There. And I don't, I'm beginning to ask myself, what's going on in this PCO world that there's traffic police with TFL police?
Yeah.
What's going on? You know, because obviously previous years TFL was scrutinized because people were able to change the pictures. And people were driving people who had criminals and all that sort of stuff. Right. So the government really scrutinized Uber and Uber have made changes. Now you can only change your pictures by going to the office.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. You know, and I guess that's the reason why the TFL police are more out there now. You know what I mean? And maybe to answer my own question, I guess also maybe that's why the police are there. But really and truly, I think there's a bit more to it than that. They know that they wanna, give people more points for silly things like tires and all that sort of stuff. And did you say they breathalyze people?
They're breathalyzing people now. They're drug testing at stops now. Yeah. So one driver was telling me at Heathrow, this I don't know if this driver stumbles across this video, please leave your details in the comment section or send me an email or something, because what he was telling me, what he's been through, it was heartbreaking but absolutely hilarious. He got drug tested. He had to do a breathalyzer test, and recently, not the airport pickup that he was at that particular moment, but before, he was going back to his vehicle with a passenger, and as he got back to his vehicle, the TfL inspector guys were standing by his car, waiting to tell him all of the things that were wrong with his car and delaying the passenger. And essentially stopping him from earning that particular moment. He was fuming, and all of that happened in the same week. That's why I'm kind of giggling, because that's a horrible week. But like, you know, let's just like pause there for a second. Yeah, that's just so unfair. Like you're working, bro. Like you're trying to like earn. You're going back to your vehicle, probably carrying the passenger's luggage, about to load it up. And then you have these dudes, like, I know, I get it on, like, you know, on their end, they're just doing their job, because essentially what these individuals are doing, what the inspectors are doing, are making sure that we, like, the vehicles that we're driving.
Compliance.
Yeah, that we're compliant, that you know, that they're safe, and, you know, because these are transport vehicles,
Right.
you know what I mean?
But to stop you there, right? I did hear that, you know, did you realize at one point there were none of them?
Oh,
Like
really?
a few months ago,
Yeah.
there were none of them. And I think there were none of them. A few months ago, there were none of them. But what it was that the argument was that,
yeah.
And who was it that told me? It was a TFL police person that told me. She got in the car, and she told me it was a female. She said because we stopped inspecting cars because we've been given instruction to inspect PCO more than black cabs.
And why is that?
I forgot what she said. And some of us, we were in disagreement that why are we scrutinizing PCO more than the black cabs? You know? So I think they had agreement, and they paused for a little while.
Yeah.
And then after now we've seen them a bit more on the roads and that. But yeah, I just sometimes I don't understand why it is that PCOs get a lot of sticks.
It's bad.
You know what I'm saying? You know?
It's really, 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 really bad.
And I think just to come back to that, I think because the numbers are getting higher,
they need to govern it. Yeah.
They want to govern. They want to, you know, to do more.
Make sure, because they're gonna slip through the cracks and stuff like that. Quick question for you though: do you feel like if black cab drivers should be like, if they should be inspected more, or at least on the same level?
At least on the same level. Because when you come to St. Pancras,
Yeah.
they're only on that side of where the black cabs, of where
Private
hire are parking their cars.
Excuse me.
They're not on the other side where the black cabs are.
No.
And the thing is, to make it worse, is that the black cabs, they're sitting there. They're sitting there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then you got the PCOs on our side,
Yeah.
getting ready to come and talk to you. So sometimes, even though the updates come in the message, if you get a trip to King's Cross, you're not going to just avoid it because, you know, I see them and I just move to the other side and then park as far away as possible. So therefore, you know, they don't come disturb my earnings.
Yeah.
You know?
It's rough, man. Like, I get it, but like they need to. Yeah, man. I don't know. That's because you can't. Essentially, it's I think it's a criminal offense to drive off once they present their badge and say what
That's why you have to use common sense. If you see when you're driving and you come into that and you see them on one side of the station, you drive further just to you know find the space. You know, which your car can fit inside.
When I was on the apps, Johnson, I used to get stopped at least like twice a week. Like twice a week, I'll have some kind of interaction with them. And it was just absolutely ridiculous, man. I can't stress enough like how frustrating it was, because I just feel like if they should just know that I've been stopped recently. Is that not much has changed between Monday and Thursday, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like my tires are fine. Like all my seat belts work fine. I've got my badge around my neck. Like, allow me, man. It's craziness. Absolute craziness. Next news topic is Uber Eats launches 6-figure fund to support black-owned UK restaurants. 250k of the grant funding will be awarded to black-owned restaurants across the UK as Uber Eats creates a black business fund. It is launched for the third year. To date, businesses have received a total of, to this date, £300,000. That's not a lot of money.
No, it's not
It's not a lot of
because
money.
no, it's not a lot of money.
Questions I have here are: can more be done? Because Uber's roughly how much Uber worth?
Ah,
Billions?
no, it was like I couldn't tell you, but I'm sure they're in the billions.
Yeah, easily.
I mean, if drivers have earned, you say 6 billion,
Yeah,
yeah, and they're taking away 25% from drivers, and since they've been starting
Yeah.
since 2012,
yeah,
I mean, put the maths together, mate.
yeah. It must be more than that.
Yeah.
Must be way more than that. What are your thoughts on like these promotions and stuff Uber does?
Oh my god, bro! Let me tell you something, right? So Uber has this tier ranking thing, bronze, platinum, and diamond, whatever. So I am on the platinum. I'm a platinum driver, okay, and you have to earn a certain amount of points. So I completed the points, thinking that once I've reached a certain amount of points, they're just gonna allow me to earn an extra 400 points before December, so they will pay me £620,
Wow.
right? So if I remember correctly, I got to that point where they would just give an extra few months for me to finish. But no, what it was is that when I reached a certain, what they did is that they started me from the beginning of earning now the points for diamond,
Yeah.
which is 1,600 points.
Yeah.
So they shafted me from earning that 620 by restarting my whole what do you call it, platinum earnings again.
Yeah.
So now I've got to earn platinum as well as earn diamonds on top as well.
Sheesh.
And I was like, you know what?
I don't miss that part of it.
yeah.
I really don't miss
Yeah.
that part of it. I really
That money would have came in handy to buy a ticket to just go on holiday. You know what I mean? I'm saying, but it is what it is.
that Uber the Uber cleaned air fund. How much have you accumulated so far?
I think possibly
Excuse me.
700. 740, I think. I'm saying.
When or if are you gonna make the transition
After
into
when
an
I spoke
electric
to
vehicle?
you about your one, yeah, that you say these vendors don't look at it, they don't even accept it.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't
know.
My beef with that, is that like you can only go to the providers that they provide, and literally it's not even a handful. It's like maybe 3 companies that.
But what's
accept
your
it.
experience with that when you applied for? When you say to the vendors, okay, I have accumulated £2,000 or £3,000 of clean air. I want to use it as a deposit. What did they say?
They're like, nah.
See,
Like when I went to like Mercedes and all that kind of stuff, the majority of them were like, don't know what you're on about, mate.
and these are the companies Uber's put on their website.
Yeah.
So therefore,
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna put the names of the rental companies that they lean you towards. Yeah, but like I'm pretty sure if you look, you'll know. But I went to those companies and you can't use it in the way that would be most effective, like a deposit. Because even if you've got like 700, like you say, you go to those rental companies, and if you want to get like one of those Kias or whatever, maybe you could use that as a deposit. Because that's typically the amount that they're asking for a deposit. They ask for like £500, and you could crack on with your weekly payments. Most of these rental companies, they only take it off of your weekly.
okay.
So
You still have to pay a deposit.
you still have to pay a deposit,
Right.
which is why I say the effectiveness of how you could use it isn't that great. Because I've accumulated just over 3,000. I've got like 3,500 because I left I stopped using the platform for a while. But up until that point, I accumulated like 3,000, and I went to one of those companies to get the car that I wanted. Would have been, I think the car at the time was a Tesla Model Y. If I got the Tesla Model Y, the weekly rental would have been around £350 or something like that. Times have changed and prices come down a little bit. But this is at the time I was looking. With my Clean Air Fund, it would have reduced the weekly from $350 to $320. You know what I mean? It's not a great deal. It's like, fam, like...
I don't, to be honest, the Clean Air thing, I don't really look at it.
It's, man.
I think after the conversation what we had, I'm like, oh, then what's
give me the peas, bro. Just give me the money.
Yeah, deposit into my account.
Yeah.
And I'll use it really.
Yeah, man. That's I feel like if that's a better use of the money, man. Like, we've got a mutual friend, Chris. He could probably sit here and because he's beefed. Huh?
That's a whole lot.
He's had serious beef with that Clean Air Fund and getting that money out, and I think to this day he still hasn't managed to pull the money out of it, which is absolutely disgusting because you're
promised something and then you're not giving it. You know?
Yeah,
and it's quite frustrating.
Yeah, but back to the question, like, are you gonna switch it up? Like, are you gonna what's your next car looking like, basically,
bro? So, you know, in the Fubu group, any driver can join us if you want to join us in that group. We update.
Whoa. Slow down.
So anyway, come back into that.
No, the group chat is a cherished place. I don't want any
true.
I don't want no hillbillies running up in there, bro. Come on,
anyway,
man.
So this group, we all have different sort of cars.
Yeah.
You know, and one particular guy, he has an MPV.
Yeah.
And he shows the jobs that he gets.
Yeah.
He gets jobs from like £300 to £500.
Yeah.
Because he's got a particular car that can manage that kind of rides.
Yeah.
So we've all been discussing that
MPV is the way to go, man.
MPV is the way to go. You know? He was saying that there was a trip, and these trips come frequently from a certain company. I'm not going to say the name.
Yeah.
£800 a trip.
I saw that as well, actually. That shot. You know what? It's I almost like, yeah, man. Like, that made me reconsider a lot. But, bro, like, I don't like MPVs, you know. I really don't like them.
But just imagine you do 3 of those trips a week or 4 of those trips a week.
Yeah.
And the minimum trips...
It's kind of... That's seasonal, though, I'm sure.
No, because they're airport trips.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, no, you're right.
The airport trip, they're cruise trips. I mean, this particular company, you know, they get these trips. I'm saying. So if you join... So I called a company.
Yeah.
Because I love money.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I called a company.
Yeah.
And they said, what car do you have?
Yeah.
We're only taking V-classes.
EQVs?
Yeah. I'm saying.
Okay.
No. And I was like... So I looked on Facebook Market quickly just to see how much E-classes are going for. You know, see how much per, like, weekly.
Yeah.
I'm saying. And the prices are ridiculous to rent. They're ridiculous. Wow. So, like, some of them guys are in the group are looking to get new cars. And they just, everyone's advising everyone that, look, if you want to get a car, and if we're also setting up our own companies, we need to move up to V classes.
Yeah.
You know I mean, or people carriers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, you know, because these are what people want to have because they're going to airport trips.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to cruise. You know, so if we want to make money, hence the reason why I haven't really pursued the black cab thing, because if you have MPV, you're making that money that they're making.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that you're driving a bit longer, more distance, where they're making that money in a certain particular part of London.
Yeah.
You know, but for a longer time, and you're just driving one time to make £800. You know? So Yeah, I'm considering if I'm still going to be in the game, I'm considering changing the car
Yeah.
to make more money. Because yeah, it's all good and well having E-classes, but then
How many years you got left for your E-Class in regards to its compliance with
I
Ubers?
need to check that.
Okay.
I think I have a good maybe say 4 or 5 more years.
Oh, you're good then.
Yeah.
You're good then.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think I do. Because the car is only 2018.
Yeah.
So
I just love. We are gonna have a in-depth video regarding the finance of our industry, specifically private hire, right? Where we dive into the taxes, about the company setup. I really do want us to talk more in depth about that whole process of being a like acquiring a operator's license, because I'm pretty sure that's like what you guys need.
yeah,
To set up the business, as well as what cars to get, like what brands of cars to get, and when you do have those cars, like what type of maintenance you need to have, and whether it's worth taking it to the dealership to do its services, or taking it to a independent garage to do
and
its
this
services.
is my thing as well. This is my thing on when I first got my Mercedes.
Yeah,
I really thought I had Mercedes prices, maintenance prices.
yeah,
I took it to, and the thing is, I called Mercedes
yeah.
for a service, and they quoted me something. I said, wow, that's the price of another car. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So then I called a Mercedes specialist.
Yeah,
They were a bit cheaper.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, cool. So then one time I said, you know what? I need to be very wise. Let me ask my guy who's been looking after my car, my previous
years.
cars for years,
yeah,
if he can work. I called him. He said, bro, I'm a mechanic. I work on any car.
yeah,
You understand? He said, what Mercedes would do, I would do the same, even more.
yeah,
True. But it's a fraction of the price of what Mercedes will pay. You understand? So he will buy the same oil, whatever parts I need, will get the same thing, but it's just the labor is much cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to be wise about how you're spending money. And with these cars, every time something comes up, service this, service that, service that. So you got to be wise to say, you know what, I'm going to make that conscious decision to take my car to an independent person who can also work on my car, rather than every time taking it to like specialists or Mercedes. That's going to cost £400. It's going to cost 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah.
My goodness. So in short, in regards to answering that question as to what car you're getting next, I take it that the answer to that is you're getting a V-Class.
That is in the equation. That's something that we're thinking about, especially if we're going to go and set up this company.
Yeah.
Because people are flying a lot.
Yeah.
People are flying in groups.
If you're watching this video outside of the sequence of how we're putting them out, I'll update this video and put a link to the driving finance video down below in the description, because I really want to just cover all of that in just like one comprehensive video where like we just talk about just the money, like just talk about the finance, the running cost, taxes, licensing, and all of everything money related with driving. I just want to cover it comprehensively, condense it all into like one 30 minute, maybe even an hour long video. But yeah, let's get back to these headlines. Uber must pay 584,000 euros for failure to comply with Dutch algorithmic robo firing case. Bit of
Wow.
back information. I've been keeping my eye on this this news, but essentially, what it is like in Amsterdam, like a couple of drivers got kicked off the platform, and they claim it's down to Uber's algorithm just picking up on certain trends or things and then just kicking them off the platform and taking away that means of them earning. They're naming that particular thing where the algorithm kicks you off the platform, robo firing, right? So
Madness.
imagine waking up one day to an email notification in app saying, "Oh, you've been kicked off the platform,
Blocked.
and you're not able to make money anymore."
That's crazy.
I mean, over here there's quite a few platforms. I don't know what the case is like in the Netherlands, but there's quite a few scenarios around the world where Uber is like the only thing of its type there, or it holds so much of the market that it kind of controls that whole industry, which is very dangerous because then
The thing is, in the UK, I mean, everyone knows that Uber is the dominant app.
Yeah.
Because even when we're talking about PCO, we still say Uber.
It's
the first thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to have Uber, you know that you're guaranteed a certain income a week.
Yeah.
Or a day, because it's very, very busy. Especially if you live in Kent, Uber's your go-to platform, because Bolt and them are free now. They're not really there, but Uber is.
Yeah.
Uber goes as far as like Chatham and them places.
Yeah.
So to have that, and that is your only main source of income, and you're paying your rent with it or mortgage with it, and to be kicked off.
Yeah.
That's a kick to
It's
the teeth,
crazy. A bit more of the details of that, that ruling. So the District Court of Amsterdam ruled yesterday that Uber has failed to comply with the April 2023 Court of Appeal order that Uber must provide transparency into the automated decision to dismiss 2 drivers from the UK and Portugal. The case was brought by...
But it's happening in the UK as well.
Well, one of the drivers was from...
it's from UK.
From the UK, yeah.
Okay.
It was,
but lives in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. In April 2023, the Amsterdam Court of Appeal found that the drivers are entitled to information about the existence of automated decision-making use in the management decision to dismiss them. This includes profiling workers and meaningful information about the logic involved, as well as the significance and invasive consequences of such automated decision-making. Blah, 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 blah.
So my question is, I mean, did they give the name of the drivers?
No, that's protected. I'm pretty sure if you go digging, you can find it. Yeah, but it's transparency it's not a wild thing to ask for.
No.
In regards to, like, I mean, the algorithm thing I get why they would want to protect it, right? Like, in regards to the platform and how it works and how it rewards drivers for staying in the app and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm pretty sure if that information was out... If you made it all the way to the end, to this part of the video, thank you so much for watching. Again, for the second week in a row, my file has been corrupted, which is incredibly frustrating, which means that I'm probably not going to use that studio again. The decor of the studio is really cool. The staff were really, really cool, but somewhere with them sending me the file, it's been corrupted twice now, and I just can't go through all of this again. This whole, renting a studio, turning up and no one being there, or turning up, everything being fine, and then you get the files through a couple of days after and some of the files are corrupted. I can't deal with it anymore. And on top of all of that, these studios are mad expensive. So I think the next driver talk video, I'm going to produce it in my studio, in the studio that I've meant to have built by now, but I haven't gotten around to. So yeah, no more driver talk videos for now. But there is going to be a video next week, so stay locked in, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate it if you have watched it all the way to this point, and I will catch you guys next week. Peace.